Hey crafty friends, it's Andrea here from Andrea Kay Crafts, and today I'm going to share with you how to get a larger than probably what you're used to print and cut image. This is not a hack, this is not a trick, this is not stand on your head and count to 5 and make some things happen. This is just something that's built into Cricut Design Space that not everybody knows about. So if you're not familiar with how to increase the size of your print and cut, this is the video for you. Now, here's what I suggest. This is what I'm using today. You may have a different option of what you can use. So I'm going to explain it and then I'm going to walk you through it step by step. This again is not a trick. It's not a hack. So the only thing that I'm doing different than what I normally do with my 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, we're going to be using this to print out the one piece, and then I'm going to show you how to make it larger by using this piece. Now, you might be saying, my printer doesn't handle 12 by 12 paper. Neither does mine, so you're good. But what I can do is I can cut my paper down to 8.5 by 12, and my printer, which is a basic everyday printer that most people have, will print out a larger image on that size of paper. So if your printer does larger, then you can go huge. All right, so let's take a look at this. I'm going to be using two pieces of paper, one that's 8.5 by 11, one I'm going to cut down to 8.5 by 12. I'm going to use my Brayer, my blue light grip mat, and my paper trimmer. Let me grab that. And I'm going to take you into Design Space and show you how easy it is to do this. So here we are in Design Space. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab an image. I'm going to choose a tree. The reason I'm using a tree is because it is tall and it's also wide. I want to show you how to make things as big as possible. So an image like a tree is going to give you the main idea of how to do it and how to work with it. And you can do that whether you're working on any sort of other project. So let me show you so I don't confuse you. I'm going to grab a tree. I'm going to grab this one right here. I'm going to close it out. Now the first thing I'm going to do is look at this image and be like, okay, I want this image to be a print and cut image, but I also want it to only be one image. All right, and what that means is, right, this is a grouped image, and we can see that because of these two squares right here. If we click on that and ungroup it, you're going to see over in your layers panel two different images. Now if I just highlight both pieces and I click print and cut, you're still having two images, okay? So if I right now sent this to my machine, it would cut out two pieces, even though they're both print and cut images. Well, we don't want that. We want this to be one full image and only cut all the way around. So I'm gonna come down and click attach. Now, this is how I do it, all right? I'm gonna come and click flatten, all right? So I know for sure this image is cutting one main piece and it's going to be a print and cut. Now I had a question about this, like, why do I do it that way? This is how I do it. There are different ways of doing things, and you do whatever keeps you from getting anything confusing or it accidentally cutting multiple layers that you don't want out. So as soon as I click flatten, I know for sure that this is going to be one piece that's going to cut out. Now that that's done, I want to make this image larger. So I'm going to pull it out and make it pretty large on my screen. All right, I'm going to make it a little bit wider to see how much width I can get. And I immediately notice that a red little dot is over here. I'm going to click on that. Now it's telling me that my image is too large for an 8.5 by 11 inch paper. And they've decided, so Cricut has decided that the largest it can print and cut is 7.06 inches by 9.94. I'm not convinced, all right? So I'm gonna click off and I'm gonna make this a bit wider and I'm gonna make it a bit taller. Now I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna click on it again. Oh, now it says it can make it 7.24 by 9.94. Well, now I'm wondering, can I get it any wider? So I'm gonna widen it up again. I'm gonna make sure that my height is still very large. And I'm going to click on the image. Well, now it says I can get it up to 7.44 inches by 9.17. Well, I'm going to go ahead and click auto resize image because that's telling me that's the largest we can get it. Well, it told me earlier it could go higher than 9.15. So let's see what happens when we drag it down and drag it out a tiny bit more. And we're going to come back over and we're going to click. Now it says I can get it at 7.22 inches by 9.94, which is larger than the 9.15. So I believe that that's the largest that I can get that image to print and cut. So I'm going to click Auto Resize Image. And then I'm going to click Make. So now I'm looking and I think it's pretty accurate. It goes all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom, and on both sides. I have a tiny bit of room, it looks like, but I'm good with that. Just know I could have went a tiny bit wider on both sides. And now I'm going to click Continue. I'm going to click Send to Printer. So I need to load my printer with the 8.5 by 11 sheet of printable cardstock that I have. Now I'm going to click Send to Printer. It's going to show me that I need to see these 4 lines. These are our registration marks that the machine needs to read in order to do the print and cut and be accurate. And I'm going to use the system dialog. That just gives me more control with the quality of my print. So now I'm going to click Print. My dialog box will shoot up here. And then it's going to tell me, like, go ahead and pick what you want to change. I want to take my print quality from normal to best and then click OK. Now I can have the option to click Print. Now that my printed image is done, I'm going to click Done, and I'm going to choose what material I'm using. So I always choose 60 or 80 pound cardstock when I'm using my 65 pound cardstock. I just feel for my machine it does the best cut for that. Now it's going to say, do we want to add pressure? Is there any changes we want to make? No. Next it's going to tell us to make sure our fine point blade is in, insert our mat under the guides, and then press our load button. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to make sure that that arrow is at the top left of our mat, and we're going to line up our edges, and we're going to take our brayer and we're going to press it down. Now our machine is flashing, and anytime our machine is flashing, we know we need to do something. This is our load button on the Maker 3. If you're using the Joy 2 or the Joy Extra, it's going to automatically pull it in whenever you slide it under your guides. For the Explore series and the Maker series, you're going to press your load button. Now, what the machine's going to do is you're going to see a light coming out of the bottom of your housing, and it's going to read these registration marks. This is important to know for the next step whenever we make the image larger. Okay, I'm going to click the play button. That will begin the scanning and the cut. So now the light is on. You guys really can't see it, but there's definitely a light. It's going to read those registration marks. Okay, once it's done reading the registration marks, it'll kick your mat out and it will go up to the top and it will begin cutting. Now remember, because we attached everything, turned it to a print and cut, and flattened it, excuse me, it's cutting one piece. All right, now it's telling us we can unload our mat, so we're going to press the button. We're going to flip our mat over and we're going to peel our design and paper away from our mat by bending our mat like that. And we have a cute little tree. This would be perfect for scrapbooking. This, I think, is amazing for those 12 by 12 scrapbooks or the 8.5 by 11 scrapbooks that you want to be working on. So here's the size of the tree that we created. Now let's go back to our screen. I'm gonna click Done. And I'm gonna write down that the largest this gave me was 7.21. by 9.92. Okay. Now we're going to make one even larger than that. And again, not a trick. Okay, so I'm going to stretch this design out and make it quite large. Okay. And I'm going to come back over to that red dot and I'm going to click on it. And it says, again, you can only make this image this large with 8.5 by 11 paper. So you have your auto resize image if you'd like, or we can come down to this where it says change page size. We're going to click on that. Now, if you look at the print and cut page size, you can click on here, and depending on your printer, you can choose a different size. So if you have a large range printer that can print very large pieces, you can click a different size and have your print and cut images be much larger. My machine will not cut larger than, or print larger than 8.3 inches by 11.7. So I'm going to click on that. All right, and I'm going to click done. Now I'm going to come back over to that red dot, and now it's telling me, actually, you can make this image 6.6 inches by 10.62, I believe that's what it says. So now I'm going to click auto resize. So that's actually pretty large. I'm going to see if I can get it any wider. So I can. Look, I'm pulling it out and that red line is not coming up. Okay, now the red dot came up. I'm going to make this taller just to see. Now it says I can get it at 6.88 inches by 10.62. I think that is a good size to get. I'm going to click on the auto resize. And now I have an image that's 6.87 inches by 10.6. Remember, because we took and changed it to, here's the other way to get to it if you need to know. You can click on your name and drop down, go to settings, and go to load type. And remember, our last paper was able to cut 8.5 by 11, and that made the widest we could get it 7.21. Okay, but because we changed it to 8.3, we're going to lose some width, but we're going to gain that height. So I'm going to click done, and I feel that that is a really good size right there. I honestly don't, I don't think I can get it any wider, but I'm going to, 6.88 by 10.62. I'm going to auto resize. Now I'm going to click make. Now you can see we do have a little bit to play with on the edges, but we're clear to the top and clear to the bottom. And you're going to notice that our paper needs to be closer to 12 inches. And this is where my 12 by 12 scrap of paper comes in handy. Again, I don't have a fancy printer. It doesn't do anything special, but it will resize to cut this image. So I'm going to click continue. I'm going to click send to printer. Actually, I'm going to go back and print, or I'm going to cut my paper for you guys so you can see how I do this. All right, so I'm just going to grab one of my 12 by 12 sheets of white cardstock that I use in my scrapbooks, and I'm going to cut it down to 8.5 by 12. So I'm just going to line this up at 8.5. And I'm going to put it in my printer just like this. I'm not doing anything special to it. I'm just going to slide it into my printer, into the tray. And you'll kind of see that if your printer is like mine, it will say that you can do A4 size paper. So basically, I'm just lining it up with that A4 size line. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to click send to printer. It's going to say make sure your sensor marks are there. I'm going to click next, and I'm going to do system dialog just like I did before. My preferences, I'm going to make it that it does the best. So I'm going to click where it says normal, do best, and then click OK. And then I'm going to click print. So now my printer is going to print out the image, and it's going to be larger than this. Now I'm going to click done since my printer is done printing. And again, I'm going to choose 80-pound cardstock, and it's going to walk me through everything again, which we will do. Okay, so I'm going to load my mat. I'm going to make sure that that little triangle is at the top left. I'm going to take my brayer and brayer down, brayer, is that a thing? Brayer down my image. And again, our machine is blinking, so we know we need to do something. I'm going to put my mat under my guides, and I'm going to click the load button. And again, the machine's going to read those sensors. So again, make sure your sensors are showing on the paper. If you make an image so large that your printer doesn't print out the sensor marks, it's not going to work for you. And I learned that because I tried it. Now it's going to begin cutting out your image. Okay, now it's going to flash saying we can unload it. I'm going to press the unload button. And I'm going to peel my mat away from my material. This keeps it from curling. And now we can see the difference in size for our images. So, same printer, same Cricut, same everything. The only thing we did was we changed the size of our availability to print. Again, if you have a larger formatted printer, you can print larger than 8.5 by 11. You just need to change that sizing chart. So let me show you where that's at one more time. When you're in Design Space, you're going to come up to your name. You're going to click on the drop down, come to Settings, click on it, come to Load Type, and make sure your print and cut page size is as large as your printer will allow it to handle. That way there you can get the absolute largest size. Now, if you're doing something that is a circle or a square, you're better off to click on the 8.5 because you're going to get more width, okay? Just wanted to put that out there. And obviously if you have a really big printer, you can do the 11-inch by 17-inch. That's something I would like to eventually get into, is a larger format printer. But for now, this is how you do it. Okay, I'm going to set mine back to 8.5 by 11 just because I usually use 8.5 by 11 paper. But I know if I want to make something much larger, I can do that just by going in and changing the size. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope this gives you a little bit more confidence working with print and cut, and gives you the idea of how to make the images larger and be able just to play with the sizing to make sure that you can get as large of image as possible. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. And if you have any questions or need any further information on print and cut, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am more than happy to explain things further. If you're not a member of the Facebook page, I have a link for that below, and I will have links for anything that I used today. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.